Here is some leftover food that the kids didn't eat, or sometimes we have potato shavings, carrot shavings. The reason why I feel like our soil is so good here is, if you can see, when I dig up, I can dig anywhere in my garden and I find worms galore. Worms are very important for soil, I think. But as you can see, it's just so many worms everywhere. This is just one spot. One spot in the garden. Here's a worm, there's a worm, there's a worm. And these are big, juicy worms. These aerate the soil and they eat organic matter, my leftover foods. As you can see, all these little holes, that's worm doo-doo. This is all creates very healthy soil conditions. I'll dig another spot here. As you can see, there's a worm. Anywhere I dig, there's a worm in my garden. And I have a big garden, as you can see. I can dig in any spot and find a bunch of... But anyway, what I do, I don't have a compost bin. What I do, leftover food, what I do is I just dig a hole. Right now it's spring, so it's easy, but I dig in between where I planted my vegetables. This is what I do. I have to dig far enough down so the raccoons don't get in there. I'm feeding these worms. So every time I dump food in there, this is food for the worms. And then this decomposes in the soil, the worms eat it, and it creates just a really neat organic garden. I don't use any fertilizers. I make sure to rotate my crops, and I get very good vegetables every summer. And all these worms help me out a lot. And then I just bury it, and that will break down and create some very rich soil.